your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Chapter 6, The Power of Labels. Chapter Review. Labels are an effective method of asserting meaning. Labels not only assert meaning, but they continually confirm the meaning in a visual way. Everything in the universe is created from energy that has been specifically formed by a certain frequency that was generated by a certain meaning. Since everything in the universe is ultimately created by meaning, then anything in the universe can be altered and changed by meaning as well. Even simple molecules such as water can be infused with a certain meaning by thought, labels, music, words, pictures, and any other conveyance. That meaning, thus infused into the water, is then manifested into expression wherever the water is used. Affirmations and I statements are self-labels which are as powerful and more so than any label that you could affix to a jar of rice. Happiness and unhappiness are not real and tangible traits, but instead just labels. If you label yourself as happy, then you will elicit and experience happiness in the same way as the rice elicited and experienced better conditions with the labels of love and appreciation. However, if you label yourself as unhappy, then you will elicit and experience the same poor health and conditions as the rice did that was labeled with similar negative labels. Chapter 6, The Power of Labels. Chapter Quiz. Question number 1. Labels have the ability to do what? A. Assign meaning to the contents of containers. B. Work in any language. C. Work verbally as well as in writing. Or D, all? Well, the answer, of course, is D, all. Labels have the ability to assign meaning to the contents of containers, as which we saw on the rice. It has the ability to work in any language, which once again we saw, because it didn't matter whether the labels were in Japanese or in English or what. They conveyed meaning. And C, they work verbally as well as in writing. Many labels are given verbally, so it doesn't have to be in writing. It can be verbal. Any kind of label that you give something, it becomes that. When you say, the car that I'm driving is a junk car, guess what? It's going to start breaking down. Because why? Because that's what you labeled it as. When you say, there are no jobs available, guess what? There's not. At least not for you. You won't see them. So, is it a problem that we can label things? No, it's a great thing. You can say, hey, there are jobs everywhere. You can say, hey, this car, you know what, it might be old, but doggone it, it's still working and it's still driving great. It's serving me well. Guess what? The thing that was just about to break doesn't break. Or maybe when it does, you just happen to have the right part. Or you just happen to have a friend who can fix it, or it's something you can fix. Labels are powerful. Okay, question number 2. Labels can apply to what? A. your work, B, yourself, C, your food, or D, all. Once again, it's D, all. It can apply to your work. You can say, hey, that's a lousy job. Guess what? If it wasn't before, it's going to be now. Everything that you think is lousy about a job is going to happen for you. How about this one? Have you ever heard somebody say, oh, that job is killing me? God, what are you saying? You know, when you say something like that, you could be eliciting cancer within yourself. Not that you got the cancer from the work, but because you said that something is killing you that you're going to every day. You know, that's like smoking cigarettes and saying, hey, pass me another cancer stick. You've labeled it as being something harmful for you, so every time you take a puff, guess what? You're activating and eliciting harmful things from your person, from your experience. When you say that the job or the work is killing you, every day you go to work, you're vibrating on all those levels, eliciting bad things into your experience. And it could be the bad things coming to your experience that got nothing to do with your work. Could be something that happens to you at home or at some other place, or could be something medically happens to you. But it's because of it's because you say, when I go to work, it's killing me, that when you're in that environment, you're eliciting things that are going to kill you. Maybe you end up in that train crash and get killed. Not because of your work, but because you labeled something that you go and do every day as something that's killing you, you elicited death into your experience. So watch what you say about things. Yourself, once again, absolutely. You can apply labels to yourself. Those are called affirmations. I am this, I am that. I can do this, I can do that. I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm sick. Oh, I seem to get sick all the time. Really? That's too bad that you're saying that and thinking that. Your food? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, if I eat that, I'm going to gain weight. Hey, guess what? That's true. That's going to happen. Oh, that food's not good for you. Well, guess what? It's not good for you now. Listen, it's not the food you eat. It's not the job you go to. It's not your conditions. It's not your body. It's what you say about it. It's what you think about it. It's the labels you place on it. It's the meaning. You know, when you took the placebo, the sugar pill, you called it a miracle drug, and it became so. When you eat that cake and you call it fattening, it becomes so. It's not fattening all by itself. You know, it could have all the sugar in the world, but if you have a mindset, and you can't get, you have to practice this, because this is hard in our world, because everything is fattening, everything is bad for you. So you have to overcome all those preset meanings that you already have in your mind, okay? But if you could get to a place, you could eat ice cream and cake all day, and your body could get the same nourishment as if you were eating steak. Because it's not the actual thing. It's not the actual food. It's the meaning you give it. So yes, labels can apply to food. Labels can apply to your work. It can apply to yourself. It can apply to your world. It can apply to everything. A label is a convenient way of creating a blanket meaning over something. So why not label your world as a wonderful place of opportunity and experience? Why not label your work as being a great source of money for you right now, as being the thing that's really helping you out right now and leading to your better job, leading to a better circumstance? Because if the thing that you're going to every day is leading to something great, how great is that? Every day that you get there, when you're there, if it's something that's leading to a better opportunity, then while you're there, you're looking around and you start noticing opportunities. Why? Because going to work is leading to an opportunity. And so when you're there, you've got to be seeing these opportunities that it's leading you to. You may have your greatest job offer when you're at work, because that is leading you to an opportunity. Think of good labels. Use them to your benefit.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 6, segment number 12. Let your quest for knowing continue.